We're good. You good, Mitch? We're live. Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? You guys excited? I'm excited. Another week of Real Estate Straight Talk. Check this baby out. What's up? Looks good, huh? I'm excited because, by the way, show you this other one right here. That guy right up there. About a year ago, knocked that one out. So we're back on the street, making it happen again. So, by the way, first time to Real Estate Straight Talk, welcome. We love new listeners, new viewers, everybody, welcome, check it out. We like to break it down every week in terms of what we can do to help your business, your real estate to the next level. How can we do it? We dig in. And I love to do these walkthroughs because we get to see it, we get to touch it, we get to feel it. And that's what this is all about. So we're gonna walk through in just a minute. I go through that. By the way, again, first time, welcome. Happy to have you. Mike Baird, Real Estate Design. Also check me out at Flipman Mike on Twitter and the Smarter Real Estate Tribe. Got a lot of high-level people coming into our private group as well. So this week, I want to talk to you about something that's been on my mind for a little while now, and it's kind of takes me back to when I started this business. I never had anybody that was like holding my hand saying, hey Mike, let me show you how to do this business. Let me walk you through deals like this that we're about ready to walk through. Find like little tricks of the trade. Should I do this? Should I not do this? How does it work out? And so the whole point of these weekly videos is to basically go, hey, what do I wish I had? What do I wish I had somebody teach me or show me and really walk me through it? So that's what this is all about. And one thing and lesson that's come to me is the fact that I know a lot of guys are doing, maybe 4 or 5 deals, maybe doing 10 deals. Maybe there's some of you guys out there, and I was in this situation 2 years ago where I'm like, I'm just not doing any deals, and I want to do more deals. And I got to tell you something, in this house, and the story that applies to this is the fact that so many of us, we are one guy. We are one guy away from that next deal, right? One guy away from the next deal. And once we get that first deal done, it's breakthrough. And this is the way it was with me when I started out, where, again, I was just kind of making a lot of mistakes, didn't know where to look for deals. And you've heard me talk about this in the past, my other videos. If you haven't seen them, check them out. But we always talk about relationships, the people behind the real estate and how that drives this whole thing. And so that's kind of how this house has kind of come full circle. But when I first started, I head down to the auction and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. How does it work? And then I started observing some people that knew what they were doing. And I met a guy by the name of Mike Earnhardt. And Mike Earnhardt, in meeting him at the auction, was kind of my breakthrough. It was Mike that he was down there, and every week I was there and he was buying. And I thought, man, Mike's buying every week. Why don't I just copy? Why don't I just duplicate exactly what he's doing? If he's doing it, I'm going to follow him. So it ended out that Mike Earnhardt ended up helping me buy my very first property out of the auction on Pueblo Avenue. I did Pueblo, and then I ended up doing New Star, and I ended up doing just a bunch of properties in that area because of that one contact, because of that one mentor, that one guy. So I want to encourage you to think about that. Who's that one guy that can help me get that next deal done? And as long as you find that one guy, it's going to happen. So that was definitely the way it was for me. And if you're frustrated right now and you can't find that one guy, you can't find that first deal, then I just keep digging, find that first guy. I understand kind of how you feel because I felt that way for sure. And I found that if you can just keep cranking and find that one guy, you'll get it done. Now, coming back to that one guy, this is crazy. But when I'm about 14 years old, I had a youth mentor, a guy that I looked up to. He was in the real estate business, and I just loved everything about this guy. And one of the things he taught me when I was young is like, Mike, you got to be smart, but you got to be kind. And I remember him saying that, Mike, be smart, but be kind. And it's funny because that sounds easy, but it's kind of not, because it's like, I know a lot of really, really smart guys, but they're not always that kind and they're not always that fair. You know a lot of really kind people, but you're kind of like, I'm going to take advantage of you because you're not that smart. So if you can bring those two together, the smart and the kind, and that's what this individual taught me when I was young, I was like, man, that's awesome. And so years later, like about 2 months ago, he calls me up and we were talking about business, and many of you, by the way, are going to have the opportunity to meet this gentleman because I'm going to introduce you to him through the Smarter Real Estate Tribe. By the way, that's a private Facebook group that I manage and that our team puts together, put high-level content together as well, and I basically introduce all of my tribe members to my personal mentors and how they help me get and explode my business to where it is in terms of the psychology and the business side. So you're going to get a chance to meet this gentleman. But he called me up and he goes, hey, he's like, I'm interested in placing some money in the Salt Lake City area. We talked about that. And then he says, hey, I want you to find a house that would be perfect for my kids. They're just recently married. So this is the house that I'm designing and doing specifically for them from a personal mentor that I had when I was 14 years old to today. So it's all about the guy, the one guy. Find the one guy, okay? So that's kind of my story on that, and hopefully you can take that to heart. You can apply it in your business and make it happen. So I can't find a deal. What am I going to do? Find the guy. Find the one guy. Michael Earnhardt was my first guy here locally on Pueblo, and then this guy right here. So anyways, let's walk through this house. Excited? I'm excited about this because I think there's a lot of little tricks of the trade that are happening here, and I want to show you particularly how to do so you can implement it in your business. Got it? So here we go, walk through, I'm fired up. So first of all, less is more on the outside. If you just look at this thing right here, yeah, we could have gotten crazy. We could have maybe painted that paneling, maybe like an off gray or something like that. We could have just, maybe added some shutters and done some stuff there, but really simple white. This is, by the way, this paint color right here we're looking at is a super paint. It's out of Sherwin-Williams. It's low luster. I love it. I've used it on lots and lots and lots of houses. People sometimes are scared to paint the brick. Every time I paint the brick, it just brightens everything up. I'm not scared of it anymore, and I would encourage you to do that too. It just brightens up the whole entire curb appeal. So look at this, by the way, and I want to point out the windows. I've got two windows, fairly large size. I went ahead and did the darker windows. That's what gives me the contrast between the white body of the house and then those windows, and then you do those black grids and it just sets it off just like that. Now, a little trick of the trade, by the way, is the only black windows in this house are the front windows because that's where I needed the most impact. That's where I got it. Everywhere else around the house is the white vinyl, okay? And by the way, the two front windows cost just as much as all of the windows combined in the entire house do. So, we saved a lot of money doing it that way, but we got the punch, we got what we needed to get out of that house. We're gonna go ahead and we need to fix obviously that window on that front little door there. Maybe find a little bit of an accent color. Maybe we're gonna go like a light gray there, but we might end up just keeping this whole thing nice and clean and white. Let me show you, by the way, into the backyard and show you this garage, because I think it's important, this little, coming from the curb appeal, you can't see it right now because my dumpster's in the way. By the way, check it out. Here's the white vinyl window right here. Didn't go black on that, just white all the way around. Nice and simple. Right here on my garage door, this guy right here is coming out. Think about that person coming driving by, potential buyer. What are they seeing? They're seeing a white, clean house. They're seeing the contrast on those front windows. And then bam, they look back here and they're going to see a nice black door with some accents and stuff. So I'm excited for that. We're just going to tie a little bit of this black accent in with that front window. We're going to ground this back garage with the front of the house and kind of connect it and pull the whole project together that way. So that's what's going to happen here. Let's go into the front door. And Mitch, you got to hurry up, bro. Let's keep it up. We got business. So here we go. I love this. I'm just giving Mitch a hard time. By the way, Mitch, just show everybody who you are, bro. You haven't seen. There's Mitch, dude. He's always shooting every week for us. He's a stud. So, had to give you some of that. All right. Nice. So, let's go through this and let me show you some of the design and some of the thoughts that we're putting into this house. My workers are in here. Maybe I'll have to tell them to be quiet. I don't know. We'll see. But so this is. By the way, can you see me? Are we good? Okay. This is a family room area. Again, thinking about that potential buyer, they're walking through, nice big bay window with the grids, black on the outside, white on the inside, so that's a split window, we call that. No, it's really no more money to do that. Just ask them, hey, can I split the window? Black on the outside, white on the inside. Family room area, this is the original oak floors. We're gonna go ahead and sand these down and put a nice little stain on them. Kind of be like a lighter whitewash, brownish gray kind of a thing is the best way I could probably describe that. So these floors get redone. They're in great shape. I was like, hey, you know what? We don't need to go over them with any engineered woods or anything like that. Let's just stick with what we got. Fireplace is going to go white as well, kind of tie in with what's going on the outside. Then let's go this way. Let's head this way. Show you back coming this way. We've got 2 bedrooms. I got the master happening right here, larger bedroom, smaller bedroom happening right here, which would be more of like nursery, office, something like that. Little trick of the trade. By the way, a lot of times this, boom, ends up being drawers or ends up being cabinets or something like that. Super, super easy thing to do because this is the master. I'm like, hey, we got to expand this master bedroom closet. So we made that a little bit bigger. It's like, hey, I picked up another 16 to 18 inches in the closet, picked up another probably 30% of space in this. We all know you ladies out there, you need your space for your stuff. So we tried to give it to you a little bit here, but smaller home, we're looking at 2,200 square feet at the end of the day. By the way, let me just run the numbers. Pick this place up for about 185. We're gonna have about 40 into it. It's a 349 to 369 at the end of the day. So that's kind of what we're looking at on the numbers. So expanded that, a little trick of the trade, that's simple. And then this bathroom, let me show you what's going on here. Love this. 12 by 12 hex. I think they call it Tetra Gray. That's going on down in the floor right here. You know, it's like just a little bit of fun, just a little bit of movement in terms of its size. It's not super, super crazy trendy, but it's like trendy enough to look at like, hey, we cared a little bit, we thought about it a little bit. And then go ahead, rather than putting the 3x6 subway, which I love and do over and over again, just did a little bit higher profile on this subway. We'll put it in that brick style on these walls. By the way, we always have about 80 square feet of tile when we're wrapping these tubs. So come around this way and all the way. And I always take them, by the way, to the ceiling. Take it to the ceiling. A lot of people are taking it right here at about 6.5 feet. I like to take it to the ceiling. Just gives me a little bit more lift, a little bit more height in the bathroom. So that's what we're talking about here. Let's check out this kitchen. So let me show you this tile. It's nice. There it is. Nice light gray tile. It's already down actually. Maybe I can peel out a little piece here for you. But this is already, it's already down. It's in. It's basically coming all the way through here. Let me show you. So that tile's coming all the way through this entire kitchen area, and it looks really, really nice. It's simple, kind of a layout. And then let me show you this kitchen. So here's my kitchen layout. Check that out. So we're actually coming in right here. This is where we're at right now. Nice little sitting area is happening. This is where the fridge is going to be, which is basically right over in this area. Then on this far wall is where we're going to set up that kitchen. Let me show you something that I feel like is a huge improvement to this space, by the way. Prior. Yeah! Hey. Looks good.
Todo me dijo, ¿no?
Ya, perfecto, gracias.
No, voy por abajo, cortamos madera.
Mejor.
Así ya le queda pronto.
Yeah. This guy's a machine, he's a monster. Anyways, so we had the stove that sat right here, and it gave us kind of a lot. You got a 30-inch stove, another like 18-inch and 18-inch here, and it encroached upon that area. I said, let's see if we can shrink this down and just give myself a fridge in this space. So what we have essentially is we've got cabinets coming down this way, sink sits right here in the underneath the window. We wrap around and then bam, this is where our stove is going to be. Hood vent just kind of right up here, and we're good to go. So that simple redesign and basically bringing that fridge to right here picked up all this space in order for me to be able to sit, basically have now finally a place that I can actually eat and do dinner. So that's what's kind of happening in this kitchen area. Let's go downstairs. There's some really cool things that have happened downstairs here lately that I want to show you kind of what's going on. By the way, this is Roberto. Roberto, say hi. Monster. Love this guy. So what we've done here, by the way, is we've coming down this little family room, the stairs, and we're coming into this basement family room. One of the key improvements we made had to do with this header right here. We wanted to open this space up because before it came down to like right here. So you're coming down the stairs and bam, you're hitting yourself with the head. So we just pushed that back up in there, about 180 bucks worth of engineering. And then we came in and created this nice big family room area. We've got the family room area upstairs. You pick it up downstairs as well. And then back here, we pick up 2 beds and then 1 bath. Let me show you. This bedroom's nice and big. I like this. And we've got a nice little closet as well. I want to show you something. Come over here. This right here is the main sewer line. Kind of a problem because the sewer line is so high. In order to get sewer up and out of here, I'm going to show you in just a minute how we did that. Normally your main sewer line, by the way, is going to be, you know, 4 to 6 feet underneath and heading out into the manifold where the main sewer line drop is. But in here is a little bit higher, so we came up with a solution that way. When we first bought this house, we had the main sewer line coming right here at eye level. It was just like, what do you do with that? So we're going to put actually an injector pump in here and do that. I'm going to show you in just a second. You're going to love it. So that's happening, and then again, we've got this other bedroom space come through this hallway. Nice little bedroom space again. So down here, we pick up the same amount of bedrooms as we have upstairs. Upstairs, we got 2-1. We're going to pick up 2-1 down here as well. You come through this hallway. This is going to be my opening, by the way, for my utility room. So right here's the utility room. Furnace, water heater next to each other. Now, here's what you're thinking. What in the world is this hole doing here? And this stuff's cool. I love this, but so I've done about, I don't know, 10 of these in the past, and every once in a while you get this sewer line problem. So what we've done is we've dug down. We got to dig about 30 to 36 inches to get myself a tank. And what's going to happen here is that all of the water, all of the drainage in this downstairs area, laundry room, and we're going to have, this is bathroom coming through here, bam, sink. Toilet right underneath this window, and then right here, tub shower, right? So all of the drainage that's coming out of all of these areas, laundry room, tub, toilet, this what do you call it?
Sink vanity.
Sink vanity, thanks. So all this water is basically going to get trenched and pushed over here into this area and into this tank. It's going to sit in that holding tank. And once it gathers in there, there's an injector pump that basically pumps all that up, boom, and out the house. So that basically solves the problem to this main sewer line that's coming basically at eye level. What am I supposed to do with that, right? So we fixed all that with this guy right here. So again, we got furnace, water heater, injector pump, basically now services this bathroom and that laundry room, and we're good to go. Let's walk upstairs, show you just a final little wrap. Oh, by the way, this guy right here, it's an old chimney fireplace. It's never been serviceable. And I just was like, you know what? Down here, somebody might want like a really nice theater, put something nice and big here. And so I was like, let's just eliminate it. A lot of times, again, less is more. Why spend the money? It's not a really big space. I already have one fireplace upstairs. Who needs it down here too? So I basically just eliminated that nice big family room, really. One other thing, just really quick, as well, kind of a code thing, and we try to, you know, people always complain, they're like, oh man, I don't want to have to deal with the city, I don't want to have to deal with all this stuff. We've permitted this whole place out, and sometimes it can be a pain, honestly, it can be a pain sometimes, but once you get it done, it's so much better, the product's so much better, and this is one of those things where the city's going to come in and they're going to require all of the windows to meet egress. Meaning before there was a little window that sat right here. We had to cut it down to meet that egress right here, put a casement window in, nice big window well, and now what does it do to this room? Brings all this natural light into the room. Ultimately, what does that cost? You're probably looking at $200 to $300 to have somebody dig it out, $200 to $300 to go ahead and have that window well put in, and then, you know, your window's gonna be a couple $100. So ultimately out the door, I don't know, you're probably looking between $700 to $1,000 for these 2 windows, but what it does to this basement and these bedrooms is awesome. So rather than cutting corners, make it right, especially in an area like this where only 2,200 square feet at the end of the day definitely wants to be right. So this is the basement. I think it's going to turn out really, really nice. And we're coming through. So yeah, so that's pretty much it in terms of the walkthrough, in terms of where we're at. But I wanted to basically say, hey, at the end of the day, a deal like this, or your next deal, your next 5 or 10 deals are all one guy away, okay? And hopefully, you know, this helps you. If I'm that guy or someone else is that guy, we're all here to help you, support you, the deals that you're doing, to show you, hey, this is what it's all about. I basically said, hey, this whole scarcity mentality that sometimes enters this real estate world, we're throwing that out. That's all gone. That's of the past. That's what it was. But everyone that's involved in this right now, this is all about saying, hey, what can we do to help one another? How do we collaborate? How do we bring deals together? And really come in and create this, what I believe just be this unbelievable asset for the entire community. You bring a brand new family in here, they start the new memories, and they just restore this pride of ownership that was lost at one point in time. I love that. So anyways, again, you guys got comments, you got stuff, you got questions, you want to talk about stuff, definitely, by the way, there's a link there. I can go one-on-one for the consultation. You want to do that, we can bust that out over the phone. I've had a lot of one-on-one consultations with people all over the country, and I love it. I want to engage with all of you the best we can. So comments, questions, likes, photos, whatever you want to do, get them out there. I'd love to see it. And we'll definitely see you next week on Real Estate Straight Talk, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.